Today we're going to be talking about reverse Polish notation, which is something that's quite useful, especially in computer science. What is reverse Polish notation? Well, first we will talk about infix. Infix is the way that we usually write mathematical expressions. So an expression like this, that's infix. Infix notation is when we have our operation, for example, our plus sign, between two numbers or operands, 5 and 3. So we take the two operands and we look at the operation between them and we add them together because the operation is an addition. And so if we have a long string of numbers with operations between them, like that, we use order operations to determine in what order we do them. So lots of people will have learned their order of operations in different ways. Some notable ones are BIDMAS, brackets, indices, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, and you go from the top down. That's the order you do them in. I personally learned it as kind of like a pyramid, like this. And you have brackets at the top, indices, division and multiplication are on the same level, but you just do whichever one is leftmost, and then addition and subtraction are also on the same level for the same reason. So for example, this one, there are no brackets or indices. Then we have a multiplication here and here, so we can do both of those multiplications, and this becomes 15 plus 48 plus 2. And then we have addition twice, and so we can just add all of these together. So 15 plus 60 equals 75. Now we'll go back to solving the original equation, which has a couple more things. It has brackets in it and division. The first thing we do is the brackets. So we have to add the brackets. 3 times 5 plus 3, which is 8, divided by 6. 3 times 8 is 24. Divided by 6, 24 divided by 6 is 4. With reverse Polish notation, we lose the need for brackets because of the way we write things. Instead of having the operation between the two operands, we have it afterwards. So for example, if we wanted to add 2 and 2, we would write 2, 2 plus. There's no marker between two numbers, you just have to leave a space. So if we wanted to write this expression in reverse Polish notation, we'd write it like this. 3, 5 times 6, 8 times 2 plus plus. And the way we do this is we look for the first operation, which is this times, and we times the two numbers before it. So 3 times 5 is 15, 6, 8 times 2 plus plus. And then we do our next operation, which is this operation, and it occurs on the 6 and the 8. So it becomes 15, 48, 2 plus plus. Now we take our first plus and add the two numbers before it. So it becomes 15, 60 plus, 15, 50 plus, and then we can add those two numbers to get 65. And that's the same answer as we got before if I'd done that correctly. So we look for the first operation, then do that operation to the two previous numbers. Then we look for the next operation, do that to the two previous numbers, and so on. The times occurs on the 3 and the 5, making 15. Then the times occurs on the 6 and the 8, making 48. Then we have this plus, which occurs on the 48 and the 2, making 50. And another plus to round it all out to 65. So in infix, there's no symbol that means to the power of. We just use a little superscript. So for example, 5 to the power of 2 is written like this. In reverse Polish notation, we use the caret symbol, which you may recognize from whenever you do maths on a computer without some sort of equation software. So for example, if I wanted to raise 5 to the power of 2 in reverse Polish notation, I'd do 5, 2, caret. So for other operations which only use one operand, like factorial, the factorial will just apply to the one number before it. So 5, 6 factorial plus. So the first operation we do is the factorial, which applies on the 6, which makes 5 720 plus, and then we add those together to get 725. So this is useful because it eliminates brackets and order of operations, which makes it a little simpler to write your equations. It's useful in computer science because it's easier for computers to read. This is reverse Polish notation. There's also regular Polish notation, which is where you do the operation before the two numbers. But we prefer this one, so we did a video on that one instead. Okay. Don't stop, it's fine, it's good. We got this. You can just cut it. Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Composure. Look. Don't be so serious, it makes me laugh. Okay.